170 countries are currently facing the impact of soil degradation, and that is a seriously alarming situation. If we look at Indian perspective, more than 30% of our soils are currently falling under degraded category, and that is impacting not just the quality, quantity, and the earnings of marginal farmers. And this situation become all the way more serious because almost 83% of our farmers are smallholder farmers, and globally we have got around 570 million farmers who fall under small and marginal category. And you see that from the GDP perspective, it is hitting us from around 2.5% of the GDP is getting a hit because the soil health requires urgent attention. And you see that from the nutrient perspective, 85% of our soils are still deficient in nitrogen, while there are pockets which have got high nitrogen, pockets which are having low nitrogen, but overall, this is the status for nitrogen. And then 42% for phosphorus and 44% in potassium. Now let's have a look at this chart which denotes that there is a seriousness of organic carbon deficiency in Indian soil, and not just organic carbon. Look at nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, then boron, zinc is also 39% deficient. So what does this denote? That there has to be a holistic balanced approach which we all collectively need to take in order to improve the status of soil. Let's look at research findings. Research findings between the impact of soil organic carbon and the impact on crop yield. So a meta-analysis reveals that 1% increase in soil organic carbon can actually boost the yields by 10%, and 10% is a very significant number. And if there is a decline, further decline, so it will further drop down the yield by 5 to 10%, and that is something which needs to be looked at. As far as ICR and global agencies have further worked together to find out certain linkages, and ICR also found the same, that 1% increase in SOC can actually improve the yield significantly. It can go up to 12% as well. So the point is that we collectively need to ensure that the focus on improving the soil organic carbon is critical in increasing the yield as well as the income of farmers. It is directly linked to multiple SDGs. And then if you have a look at the innovative solutions for soil health improvement, we have got a couple of sensors and IoT devices which can play a significant role in ensuring that soil can be monitored effectively. Then there are aerial imaging solutions and then satellite imagery based solutions, and I believe that collectively they all should be deployed in a significant manner to ensure that soil quality is being taken care well. And practices, so no-till farming and cover crops, crop rotations, they always have been very significant. They need to be practiced.
On 7 institutes we are working, and we are going to get involved in the development of protocol, some kind of protocol for voluntary carbon market. So already Government of India has rolled out the scheme of voluntary carbon market in agriculture. Why it is voluntary, not like the other power sector and all? Because farmers are so poor and many of them are not well educated. If you put it in terms of some framework, in legal framework, so they may get exploited or they may get affected because of this. So we have, government has very thoughtfully decided, put it on voluntary so that they will get accumulated into this kind of green business, green agriculture. So once it is there, then the legal mechanism will take place. So we are in the process of developing a national level registry, and our 5 institutes, we are working on various agroclimatic regions including water management. So how we can reduce this carbon, also different greenhouse gases in agriculture vis-a-vis without affecting the crop productivity of the farmer. So if we develop different techniques, and if you are able to quantify what is the carbon emission, what is the greenhouse gas emission saved because of better agriculture practices, so that will be credited in terms of carbon equivalent. So this will be registered. Now in India, NABARD is the nodal agency to register with gold standard of usage, and once they registered it, now this our institute, we will be working with the farmer. We will come out with a detailed methodology, detailed technique, what are the technique which equivalent of carbon then we can roll out this complete scheme so that the entire farming community, they can benefit, either it's a natural farming, organic farming, or chemical free agriculture, whatever it may be. Ultimately, the greenhouse gas emission has to be reduced. To that extent, farmers should benefit. So there is a win-win situation. One, you have to increase the land, degraded land, you have to improve the productivity, and you have to give the farmer a gainful employment, then income. Also, you have environmentally responsible, so that the greenhouse gas emission credit goes to the at farming level. So ultimately, whatever you do in government, it is not about a business and all. It has to come to the farmers level, at farm scale level. So to that extent, ICAR is working with the government and government policies, and also we are closely working with the farmer to develop technologies, methodologies, and also sensitize the farmer about sustainable soil management, so that not only they benefit, but also the environment and the society at large is get benefited. And also we support the industry in terms of technology like biofertilizer, like new fertilizer molecules, new management technique. And also when this is rolled out, soil technology like soil testing methodology, that's what this year soil management also, that is measure, monitor, and also manage. So scientists, policymaker, administrator, and farmers has to come together in a multidisciplinary way, then including researchers and industry should work together to achieve the larger goal of sustainable soil management. So that's what the theme of this year. And once again, I thank for inviting me for this discussion. Thank you very much.
Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Rights Authority, Government of India. It is a true privilege to have you amidst us today, sir, and we deeply appreciate your valuable time despite your busy schedule. May I kindly request you to take your seat on the dais? A distinguished scientist and visionary leader, Dr. Mahapatra has dedicated over 30 years to advancing agriculture research and development. His groundbreaking work in molecular breeding, genome decoding, and high-yield crop variety development has set benchmarks in agricultural innovation. As the former Secretary and Director General of ICAR, his leadership drove remarkable increases in India's agricultural output, particularly in pulses and sugar. With over 200 research publications and numerous international affiliations, he has played a pivotal role in shaping global agricultural strategies. Dr. Mahapatra's unwavering commitment to excellence and sustainability is an inspiration to all of us, and we are privileged to have him share his insights with us today. As a part of FICCI's commitment to sustainability, we present our dignitaries with green certificates symbolizing our shared dedication to responsible development. May I now request Dr. S. Bhaskar Reddy, Advisor, Agriculture Division FICCI, to kindly present the green certificate to Dr. Mahapatra. Where a thicket of trees will be planted in the name of the dignitary at the Trees for Ecotourism, Somgo, Sikkim. Of our appreciation, may I now request Ms. Ruchira to present a memento to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Mahapatra, for gracing this occasion and inspiring us with his exemplary contributions to the field of agriculture. I request Dr. Mahapatra to share his thoughts with us. Welcome, sir.
All of us, human beings, sustaining the animals, again animals for us as food, and sustaining the whole living world, I would say, including plants, microbes, insects. And thanks to the national policy, thanks to the efforts of the Government of India, the state governments, and thanks to Indian Council of Agriculture Research under the Department of Agriculture Research and Education, Ministry of Agriculture. So for putting institutional framework to address this issue, to celebrate a day like this today, as we are doing and sitting here. Globally, we are doing this, and we all know that my predecessors, all previous speakers, might have spoken about it, and this day being the birthday of the late king, Bhumibol Adulyadej of Thailand, and all of us know, and the name suggests what it is. Bhumi is in his name. So, and Bhumi, soil or land, whatever you say, there's a difference. And of course, soil is important, not just for food, not just for food. Today we talk of ecosystem services. We talk of the whole world to remain healthy, and One Health we talk about provides nutrition to plants, and plants provide nutrition to animals, and animals again providing nutrition to human. Then in terms of food and nutrition, that's one aspect, and in terms of overall transmission of diseases from one to another. And you will be surprised also, now it is evident that some of the diseases which affect plants, fungal ones, they might also get transmitted to even humans. So today when we talk of World Soil Day, and you might have discussed about the theme and what all it talks about, and why we should really care for soil, and how important it is to care for soil. Obviously it would continue, but there comes the issues. How do we really continue doing this? It's a huge task, and who should be really doing, and can private public partnership help in this regard? I think this is the most important point, and to measure is not easy. And while measuring, can we build this partnership between public and private so that we continue doing this, and continue doing this using technology? And technology could be remote sensing, could be other imaging platforms. As we know today, the hyperspectral imaging becoming handy, and the drones and fly drones and measure and monitor, for instance, soil organic carbon. And soil organic carbon deficiency, I went to Rajasthan and discussed with them, and you have soil organic carbon map now for the whole of India. And some of the soils have even 0.1% organic carbon. Can you imagine when you talk of 13%, 14% organic carbon in some soils somewhere, and not even 1% in most soils of India, and 0.3, 0.4% or 0.5% soil organic carbon. I think Government of India, it's the high time, should engage the youngsters who are knowledgeable and studying agriculture or forestry, should go to the field and start assessing this, because it's a large scale activity, and every college, now private colleges, and you have lots of students studying agriculture, and it should be their responsibility for 3 months or 6 months when they go to village. It should be part of their curriculum and essential requirement, and while they submit a report and part of their degree, they should be providing soil health status to the farmers, and providing advisory in what they should be really doing to manage soils for tomorrow. And the scientists at ICR, they should be also having a program to utilize soil health card information system, and that should be able to address the all the issues related to soil. So it's not that I'm part of government, but I still say that government should actually have more intense deliberation for setting plans, programs in place, so that we have all players engaged effectively to manage soils for tomorrow. and that's the statement which is having overarching effect on this day. And certainly without additional investment, it is not going to happen. So who would invest? Of course, government and the private investment. Can there be more of private investment on this? There are products which are coming with regard to biofertilizers, with regard to others, but we are yet to really understand what can trigger the microbial growth in soils, promoting plant growth because of the growth regulating properties of those microbes, and in turn improving soil health and improving plant yield, and in turn helping reduce the use of chemical fertilizers, and adding to the sustainability. So this is what is very, very important, and private research and private investment would be very, very crucial in this. Innovation should not be confined only to public institutions, and it has not been in the past, and certainly private has a role to play. The public at large must also be engaged. So there is a policy intervention which is required for integrated nutrient management, and how do you really promote biofertilizer or farmer manure use and all that, and how do you mainstream by way of making it part of your subsidy system? So unless there is a thinking, a policy change rather, forget about thinking, there is thinking, unless there is a policy change in this regard, we will not be able to really promote soil health, and forget about caring soil for future. I talked about, and in this context, lot many things can be done to manage soils. Our program every year on 5th December should be a reminder to all of us, that we have to work to manage soils and care more than what we have been caring. So with these words, I would stop here and thank Fiki for inviting me to be part of this program that manage soils for our own sustenance on this beautiful earth. And with this message, I stop here. Thank you very much.